Hey, everybody.
Hold
on. I'm trying to figure this out.
Maybe tilt it.
Hold on, I gotta scoot back since you're further back. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, why? I'm trying to get it. Okay, that's probably as good as we're gonna get it. Come here, Goose.
Hold on. Kind of crazy over here. Horrible angle. We won't. Okay, here we go. Here we go. That's so much better, don't we all agree? And then you can kind of see Paxton's head. He's just about to finish eating. But welcome, everybody. It's good to be with y'all today.
This is us, y'all. Oh my gosh. Oh, howdy, howdy, howdy. Yeah, we have had a crazy night. I have paint on my hands, and I'm wearing my painting clothes. So with some,
you guys know what that
with
means?
some deductive reasoning, y'all might be able to figure out what I'm doing.
You have paint in your ear.
Do I really? Yeah. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Susie. Oh, look, Facebook's on. You're going to hear Maverick in the background. We will go.
He has books.
Here's the problem.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's video, y'all see, I took him fishing, and we got up really early this morning, and I took him on his first fishing trip. So he's overtired and also just wants to play, and yeah. So
doesn't want to sleep in his bed.
He's having
either.
one of those nights. Yeah. It was kind of a bummer.
He wants to sleep underneath his bed, which
he has
fine with. He has all of his blankets and everything underneath his bed, but he just wants to sleep under his bed.
Yeah. So we're trying to learn how to be parents, y'all. We're trying. And then of course these boys, they're gonna eat right when we right. Our timing is just perfect.
Did you hear Harvey wake up?
Yeah, I went in there to grab my phone and he was like, ah.
No. No.
Marci's holding Paxton. Did you show?
Yeah, I did.
Paxton.
Oh, look, he looked at the camera.
Oh, he is. Oh, hi. Say hi, Paxton. Oh, you're so cute. Okay, perfect. Well,
he's going to the bathroom.
He is. You'll probably hear farting because that's all they do. So hopefully, we're going to do kind of a quicker, shorter live today. We think, we'll probably get into this and it's going to be like an hour, but it is what it is. 2 a.m. in the UK. Yeah, we'll keep it short for you.
It started on Sunday.
Okay, you start then. So, okay, let's preface this. So last week, things have just been absolutely insanely busy and crazy the last month.
Yeah, and we really haven't. We've missed a few lives because Crandall's been working so much, and we kind of have just been
like we
go all the time.
Oh, I guess it's Wednesday. Totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Laying in bed at night, and we're like, dang it,
Yeah, and it's just been really busy. Where he's been gone, we haven't seen a whole lot of him. I especially haven't seen a whole lot of him.
So
and the time we do spend together is surrounded by kids.
Yeah, and working on projects at home. So I surprised Marci and said, hey, let's go on an overnight getaway. Like, it's in the middle of everything we've got going on, but let's just make it happen. I'll go get Paxton or Harvey.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. So I was surprised. So Crandall comes up to me on Sunday, and he was like, I have a surprise for you, but I don't know if you want it now or if I should give it to you later. Okay. And I was like, would I like it now? And he's like, yeah, but I don't want you to stress about it. So then I start stressing that I might stress about it. I'll go help Maverick. Hold on 1 second. Crandall's back.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Well, if you wonder what life was like with twins and a 2-year-old, this is it. So anyways, I told Marci, okay, because here's the deal. The reason why I told her, hey, she might stress out is because it stressed out leaving the boys with, we left them with my parents, but leaving the twins with somebody overnight for the first time. We've never done that before. So that's why I was like a little bit worried about it. But she actually took it really good. But guess what day I did this? it was April Fool's. So here we go. And I go to work after I told her that, and I go to work, and I get a call from her like an hour later, and she's like, so I know you said that I might not like this and that I would be like anxious about it or whatever. She's like, was this an April Fool's Day joke? And I was like, no way. Like, I am not like that. Like, I am not going to be that mean to do that for you on April Fool's. So it was not an April Fool's joke. I didn't even think about it being April Fool's when that happened. I'm pretty sure I would have been in the doghouse. I still would have been in the doghouse if that had been the case, if I had done that. So good thing I didn't do that. So anyway, so we get it all scheduled, and that was like on Sunday or Saturday or whatever. Anyways, Monday rolls around, and we get up in the morning, and we're getting everything ready. And it's funny, you guys, literally getting out of the house takes twice as long as usual with twins. We're like, okay, we'll leave by 9 o'clock. No, it's like 10 or 11 o'clock, just with feeding schedules and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, we finally get out the door. And I hope I'm not missing anything. Without Marci here, you guys know, she's always the one to correct my stories. We get out of the house, and we start driving. And we drive, and in our town, there's a train that goes through the town. And if you want to go around the train, it's like it adds 20 or 30 minutes to go above to another railroad crossing or go below to another railroad crossing. Oh, Deborah says, love your haircut. Thanks. And so we get there, and there's a train stop, and there's a whole huge line of cars. So you can tell it's been there for a while. And so we're like, well, let's just go around because we're actually going south. And so it wouldn't add that much time because we're going that direction anyway. So we'll go to the south crossing. So we get stopped at the train. Like I said, we were there for a little while. And then I go and return, and we go south. And and we make it probably 10 or 15 minutes on the freeway. And all of a sudden, okay, well, before that, actually, right as we're getting on the freeway. So we went on a back road. The train took us on a back road to go around the train crossing. Wow, sorry guys, my brain is like fried. So we're getting back on the freeway, and as we're starting to accelerate, I start to hear a weird sound. But we had Goose's kennel in the back of the car, and so you know when you guys, if you've ever strapped anything down on the roof,
with him in it.
Yeah, Goose is in it, and his kennel's strapped down. Well, if you guys have ever put straps, sometimes they'll vibrate and they'll make a buzzing sound. So that's kind of what I just thought it was. So we're driving, and as soon as we get on the freeway, it gets louder and louder, and all of a sudden, woof, woof, and it just goes woof, 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 woof. I was like, Marci, we just had another blowout. And sure enough, y'all, we had our second tire blowout in the last month. If you remember, we did a video when we went and picked up Goose from training. We had a blowout that time. And then we had a blowout just 2 or 3 days ago.
That was 2 days ago.
2 days ago. So it was
awful.
Monday. So anyways, the worst part about that, here, let me move the camera back.
I am back.
So the worst part about that is we get to a stop, and I'm like, Marci, we don't have a spare tire. Because the day previous, I had
2 days, on Friday and Saturday.
I had taken the spare tire out of the back of the truck so that I could put the tile in the back of the truck. Because as you guys probably know, we got our tile for our house. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's like one of our last videos. So we don't have a spare tire. We're 45 minutes away from home, and we've got the twins that we have now need to eat.
Yeah, so we had timed it so right when we got to Crandall's parents' house, they would need to eat like right then. And because we got stopped at the train and it took longer, and then we got the flat tire, they were ready to eat. So yeah. The kids were ready to eat. Our truck, thankfully it does have good AC, but the truck, you can't idle the truck very long, otherwise it starts making weird noises. It like shakes.
Yeah, it like will start shaking. We got some engine issues. That truck, guys, I am ready to just drive it off a cliff.
They don't have cliffs here in Oklahoma.
That's true. We'll drive it into a ditch. So yeah, it's awful. Anyways, so we're sitting there, and I'd like turn on the car, let it cool off, turn off the car, let it heat up, turn on the car, let it cool off, and we're feeding the babies.
And we like had the windows rolled down, but we're on the freeway, so it's so
And it's
loud.
our first day of 90-degree weather.
But luckily, where the blowout was, there used to be an exit, but the exit had closed for construction. So we were like off the road. Like we weren't in any danger of getting hit by anyone. Like it was the safest spot to have this happen.
It was lucky. And it was the passenger side rear. So it was like the best tire to pop too. So anyways, I get on the phone, I'm like, who do I call? Who do I call? And we have some really good friends that we've made here that live probably 20 minutes from us. Mm-hmm. And so I call them, and he's actually at physical therapy. So I call his wife, and she happens to be home. And I said, hey, is there any chance like you can swing by our house, pick up the spare tire, and then drive down here and like drop it off to us?
But at the same time, Crandall tells me, Marci, I have to tell you, our spare tire isn't that great. And
our spare tire is not going to make it that far.
We might be able to make it to Walmart, which is only 7 minutes from where we are.
Yeah.
And we knew that we could buy our new tires at Walmart. So he's like,
Marci had me call Walmart to make sure that they had them.
Yeah.
And because our spare tire is worse than the tire that blew out.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, thank goodness for her. She showed up. She came.
And she was so quick. But wait, it gets better.
So she's like, hey, I'll be there in 45 minutes or whatever.
So it like hits 50 minutes, 55 minutes. And I was like, wow, I'm kind of surprised. Like, I wouldn't have thought she would drive this slow. Maybe she got stuck at the train.
Yeah, we were thinking like she got stuck at the train like we did, whatever.
Well, turns out she gets pulled over.
She sends me a text and she's like, I'm a mile away, but I got pulled over. And I'm like, no, the person that's coming to save us and to help us gets pulled over. Like, what kind of bad karma luck is that? Like, it was just, I felt so bad. And so I'm like texting her, I'm like, well, did you get a ticket? Like, what's going on? And she shows up like 5 minutes later and she's like, I didn't get a ticket. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank goodness. I would have felt so bad. But she's like, yeah, they pulled me over, and I was like, I'm just going down the road. I'm like a mile away. My friends are stranded on the side of the road. Like, I'm just driving down there to help. Oh my gosh, that's the biggest smile. Oh, wait, we got to show that. Paxton, smile again. It was the biggest smile ever.
Maverick's out of his room. He's eating a bowl of cereal.
Oh, gosh. Romana says, oh my gosh, you can't make that crap up. No, you guys, this is real. Like, I don't have that good of a creativity imagination.
And it was so hot. So we finally, but luckily Crandall is so talented.
I was on top of it, you guys.
He was on top of it. He had that, before she even got there, we were sitting on the jack. He'd already taken off the tire, and she got there, and within 2 minutes we were,
wow. Did y'all hear that burp?
Within 2 minutes, we were back on the road driving.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So what she was saying, I had taken off the old one, so when she showed up, I could just literally bolt it on and we could go. So that's what we did. And so at this point, we're into our journey, an hour and a half, probably an hour and 45 minutes. And
we should have already been at Crandall's parents' house.
Yeah, we should be getting we should be getting to their house right now. And so we go to Walmart. And I give them a call. I'm like, hey, like, what's your time looking like? Whatever. And they're like, oh, we don't really have anybody here. It should be pretty quick. I was like, okay, good. Because we've got the babies. We're on a road trip. Marci and I are already late for we were just going to an Airbnb. Like, we can check in whenever. But we were hoping to get there at like 2 o'clock. And here it is, 2 o'clock already.
Yeah, we pulled in and I know this, we pulled in at 2:28 to Walmart.
To Walmart?
Yep.
Okay, so we pull into Walmart. We didn't get another flat tires.
Thank goodness.
Harvey.
And Crandall goes in and he like checks in. And
there's like 6 or 7 guys working there, and there's 2 cars ahead of us.
Yeah. And
I was like, oh, this will be easy.
Yeah. It should have been really quick. So Crandall ends up putting the car back on jacks.
Okay, wait. So we had the Pops tire, but then we just decided to get all new tires.
No.
On the back, because we already got 2 new ones on the front.
In January, while my dad was here.
In January. So they're good. Anyways, so I was like, hey, I've got the stuff. Like, I'll just jack this off. Like, I literally just need you guys to, I'll give you the rim, put the new tire on it, give it back to me. I'll put it on the truck. Like, I'll put them on and take them off. And they're like, okay, great. You know, whatever. I'm like trying to save them time and trying to make it as easy as possible. So I jack up the truck. I take off the first tire, set it next to the truck, get the second tire, put it next to the truck. And I walk inside to go tell them, hey, I've got the tires. They're just sitting out there. They're ready.
He went to the bathroom.
And I went to the bathroom.
And I'm in the truck
With all the
kids.
boys and the dog.
And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, Crandall did not put on the brake. And we start backing up. And then
On
we
the
just
jack.
go, boom, and just slam on the ground. And I like hurry and turn off the car. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I call Crandall and he doesn't answer. And I don't know what to do. Like, what am I going to do? So I just sit there and I watch Crandall come outside. And he's like, what'd you do? I'm like, I didn't
tried
do
driving
anything.
away with the jack without a tire. Oh my gosh. So the truck somehow slipped off the jack. I've never had that happen, but it slipped off the jack, dropped into the ground. We put a nice dent in the Walmart parking lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I think some of it had to do with where you parked was just enough of a hill
Yeah, it was a little
that
bit.
the jack wheeled.
The jack wheel?
Yeah.
What's
was
that
it on
mean?
jack on wheels?
No.
Oh.
That was just stationary. Yeah. That was
see-
funny. I was like, jack wheeled.
No, do you know?
Yeah, I know.
Because we had like the wheel jack at home, but I guess it wasn't that jack. That's what I thought. Anyways, I was like, oh.
No, so it just tipped over off of it.
So Crandall's underneath the truck, and this guy comes running up, and he's like, "Is he hurt?"
Yeah, so I climb under there, and I'm like starting to fix it. I'm putting the jack back under it, trying to get it jacked up. Well, if you guys have ever jacked up a car that's already fallen off the jack, it's really hard because there's now like no space for it. So I'm under there like wiggling around, trying to get it. And Cindy says, "I'm waiting for your book, LOL." Oh my gosh. Well, that's why we do YouTube, guys. So in 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, we can go back and watch these videos and realize what the heck, like reminisce on the not so good times.
Hopefully.
Hopefully there'll be some good ones sprinkled in there too. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm under there wiggling around trying to get it, and the guy comes up, he's like, "Hey, are you stuck?" And I was like, "No," which I mean, it could have been so much worse if somebody was under there and it fell. But they bring me one of those shop jacks, and I jack it up, and I, everything's back to normal, and then we start waiting.
Wait, hold on. So then, Crandall is doing this. Well, Goose has been in the back of the truck forever. So I pull him out, take him over to go potty, and I give him 3 water bottles, and he's just
thirsty.
drinking them. And luckily, we have this little Maverick's little plate in the car that he was drinking out of. And I tell Crandall this later, and he's like, "Oh, we had the dog bowl."
Yeah, we had the dog bowl.
I sat there refilling this plate so Goose could drink off of it.
Yeah, that's pretty.
He's like, we had his dog bowl, but I end up deciding to take the boys inside.
An hour into our wait, Marci is like, "Screw this, I'm going inside."
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna take them inside and see if they can show us a little sympathy by having us all 3 in the waiting room, or I guess it's
All the
4.
boys.
I was like, all 3 boys and me in the waiting room.
So you might be wondering too, there were 6 workers there. What happened? What's taking so long? Well, we go inside and we find out that literally 10 minutes after we got there, all but one of them went home.
Yep.
So now there's one guy. There's now 1 car in front of us, and that's it. And so we start the waiting game.
But he didn't tell us, are they getting, their tires rotated, what they're doing to their car. But he's like, he can't work on your car until they're done. So I took the boys and I just started walking around Walmart because, what else are you supposed to do with a 2-year-old and twins? So
Yeah.
we had already fed the boys earlier in the car. And so I went over to the book section and I read Maverick 5 stories. And then I had to go change diapers.
Yeah, so I go out there and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And just trying to figure it out. Trying to do anything I can to make it faster because I thought I had it literally. I'm like, if you guys do this, it'll take you 10 minutes, to flip these tires out. And anyways, so they're like, oh, no, we can't really do anything. Marci comes back up And she's like, hey, we've got these twin baby boys and Maverick. Like, we're on a road trip. Like, we're trying to, can we do anything?
Like, I just needed to know, like, are we looking at 5 hours? Are we looking at 2 hours? Like, do I need to have my mother-in-law come up and get us? Like, because in the end, like, we can't stay in the grocery store for hours on end. And the waiting room was now full. So there wasn't room for us.
Yeah, in the meantime, probably 10 more cars have pulled up behind
so
us.
there wasn't room for us in the waiting room. And so, we couldn't even sit down. We were just standing there.
Yeah. So they get the guy. So there's a guy running the cash register, and then there's a guy out working. The guy running the cash register is like, well, I can maybe go and help a little bit, but if anybody comes to check out, then I'm going to have to leave. And we're like, great, thank you, go, leave. We'll chase anybody that wants to buy anything away.
I'll check you out.
Yeah. So, anyways,
we went to Papa's house.
Another 30 minutes goes by, and they start working on our tires. At this point, Maverick's just hanging out with me. Marci's in the store.
And I'm walking around trying to get both boys to sleep, which I finally did.
And then somebody came up and woke up Harvey.
Then some lady comes up and was like, what a cute little baby. And of course, she had to wake up Harvey. Paxton would have just like blinked and went back to sleep. Harvey? No.
He's our heart sleeper.
He's like, I'm up.
So, yeah, so they get me the first tire. I go and put it on. And then we waited another 30 minutes for the second tire because the tire balancing machine wasn't working. And then they went and did the other tire balancing machine, and it kind of worked. And so I don't really know if our tires are balanced or not, but we drove on them anyways because we were ready to get out of there.
Well, maybe we should take them into a different place.
Yeah, and go get them checked again. Oh my gosh, you guys. So anyways, we ended up getting to my parents' house at what, like 5?
I think we pulled in at 4:40, so pretty much 5.
And we left our house at 12. So it was like a 4.5, 5 hour ordeal. And it was completely awful because me and Marci were supposed to be off on our own relaxing.
And we were so stressed. And so we just kind of like dropped the boys off, and then we ended up getting down into downtown Dallas right at rush hour, which we were trying to avoid. So we didn't even get to our place until like 7.
7 or after 7.
7. And then we went to go eat. And then it was like, oh, that was fun. But like now it's 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Like, yeah.
But we had a great time. Like we did. After that, we had a great time. We just got to sleep in the morning, which was... That was
Paxton. Paxton likes to talk, y'all. Yeah, so it ended up being okay. It was just kind of a bummer because our trip felt like it got cut in half. Plus, we had all the added stress of all the truck issues and everything, and so it wasn't quite
2 new tires.
Yeah, and the cost of 2 new tires. So it wasn't quite the trip we had hoped for. But
we're no longer stranded on the side of the road.
Yes.
And we're so grateful to the family who came and saved us. Did you know it was their anniversary?
I realized that after.
I saw she posted on Facebook, and it was their anniversary that day.
She came and saved us.
And she got pulled over.
And thank goodness she didn't get a ticket. I would have had to pay a ticket too. I would have paid her ticket.
Oh, I know you would have.
I would have not, yeah. Oh, man. And the cop drove past right after.
Yeah.
So, good thing she was telling the truth.
I know, right?
But that was our insane, crazy trip. I have to say, I have to give myself credit. I just booked an Airbnb. I don't know if I've ever booked an Airbnb, and I actually did pretty dang good.
Yeah, you did awesome.
I was really worried it was going to be in the slums of downtown Dallas.
Normally,
but it turned out great. Yeah, she does do the booking.
But no, you did a great job, and we did have a lot of fun. Ate really good food.
If you guys are in the Texas area, Mesa Mayo or Mayo Mesa, one of those two.
Mesa Mayo.
I think we've talked about it before. It was absolutely delicious. So good. It's Mayan type food. It's kind of like Mexican, but not really. And it is so good. So good.
Do you see him just staring at me?
Here's Harvey, y'all. I don't know if I showed you Harvey.
Do you want to come say hi? Okay, come say hi.
Okay, we're gonna have Maverick come say hi.
And then we're gonna be done, right?
Yeah, we'll yeah.
We gotta get
these kids
bed.
back
Come
to
here,
bed.
hurry.
See if we can get our life back in order. And I still gotta do some more painting.
Climb up. Oh, they can't see you yet. Climb on up.
Hi.
Hold on one sec.
Say hi, everybody.
Hey, buddy.
Say what you doing tonight.
Tonight.
What was that?
I'm just going to bed.
go bed.
Yeah.
Never
Are you
go to
gonna sleep
bed?
Good?
Yeah.
Say, I got a milk mustache.
Sash.
Tell them what you did this morning. Where'd you go with that at?
Must fishing.
What? No, say it again.
Sabass.
Sand bass?
Fishing.
Fishing.
Yeah.
How many did you catch?
3.
3. Say, watch tomorrow's video to find out.
Find out.
Tomorrow.
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 Say, love ya.
Love ya.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning.